There's only one fly in Star Rail that can apply fire, and that is Firefly. Lingsha is a character who massively benefits from fire weakness, so in this team where we can essentially apply fire to whomever we want and take full advantage of the DPS capabilities of Super Break Lingsha, we're going to hop into the Aventurine side and see how this team works. The standard Super Break Fire team, but now with an upgrade over Gallagher. Or is it? I guess we're going to find out in this video. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, join the Discord, and let's get into the run versus Aventurine. Now, this was actually originally going to be a Gallagher versus Lingsha video, but I decided to keep it for a different boss because doing it versus Aventurine was a little bit tough. It took a little bit too long. So versus Kafka, that will be another video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you do not miss it. Now, we're going to go here and skill get everything up. Doesn't really matter. Point is, we're going to get the Firefly's turn, get into combustion, and then what we're using for Lingsha is a very slow Lingsha, right? 130 something speed, so she is going to get 2 turns with the speed boost from Ranmei. But what that allows is for Firefly to be able to implant fire on the second phase of Aventurine before Lingsha goes, and that's very, very important. And right here, we're going to see our stats, our break effects at 526, very, very good. A massive downside of Lingsha is to apply the debuff from her light cone, we have to use our ultimate, which means that we only have the befog debuff from her technique, so the light cone buff is non-existent. Not too bad. We didn't trigger Super Break on the main guy because our distribution was a little bit off because Lingsha's bunnies targeted the wrong one, but it's fine. And we'll go into the second phase without wasting any turns from Ranmei here, as long as that break kills it. Okay, good. Now we're going to use the ultimate from Lingsha before Firefly's turn to advance our bunny before, and that's going to give just enough toughness, just barely enough toughness. Now if we have E1 Lingsha, it's going to be even more toughness damage, which is going to be great, but in this situation it doesn't really matter because we can still break. And we've got all the debuffs this time, as you can see from all those little downward arrows under Aventurine's health bar, and one skill should be able to top this up. We're going to go ahead and get the Watchmaker bonus refreshed. Okay, very, very nice. And Aventurine is down for the count, and as you can see, our speed tuning. How sad are those? Ugh. But it's okay. Now we get to implant the fire. Would have been really nice if those Fuyon attacks were able to take down the toughness, but it's fine. Now here, the skill in basic gets the same amount of energy and also gets the same amount of toughness, so it doesn't really matter what we do. I do like the animation of the skill a little bit more, but that's too bad. Now Firefly is 2 turns away from getting in the ultimate, which is very, very bad. But you know what? We'll get the weakness break efficiency on Ranmei because there's no way she's going to get 7 points. Firefly is going to lose. We should win here with the Trailblazer, and then we'll guarantee win with Lingsha. And now, it's actually good that Firefly is very low health, because if we can just get below 40%, then we can cleanse ourselves and we won't have to worry about the action delay. That is very, very important. So now we're going to get back into combustion here. Actually, wait, I'm not actually sure if we... I gotta look back. We may have still been delayed. That may have been a stupid thing to say. But anyways, now we can apply the fire and then get a turn from Lingsha to do some good damage. Unfortunately, we're a couple action value behind in the cycle, which is very, very sad. If we were to put Dance, Dance, Dance perhaps on Trailblazer, maybe we can clean it up. She is very fast, so I don't think I can speed her up. Imaginary resistance, still good damage, 116, 100, and 50. Very close to a 1 cycle, but you know what? With a little bit extra speed tuning or Dance, 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 it should be possible. Not too bad. Now that was the run for a single target boss that's not fire weak. I think the results were okay. Wasn't the absolute best considering that we do have the E1 for Firefly and the E1 for Ranmei for that extra depth shred stacking up to 40, which is very, very good. But if we look at the overall builds here, we've got 159 speed on Firefly, so we can definitely speed her up to get that 1 cycle. As for the base break effect, we're at 276, which is pretty damn good, I think, on her light cone and good traces. As for the super break set, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 1, 2 for the complete set. Not too bad. Of course, the E1 for that skill point and depth shred. And now for Ranmei, she's at 132 because I didn't want her to go multiple times. This was originally when I was speed tuning for a fast clear for possibly a 0 cycle. Of course, that was very quickly I realized that wasn't happening, at least with Lingsha. So we did opt for the slower Mei, although it didn't really make too much of a difference. It didn't help us too much. Now, we did use Memories of the Past because we use Ranmei's Light Cone on Trailblazer. I always like that combo because it makes it so you're not forced to extra skill with Ranmei to get your ult up, and you still get the benefits of the Ranmei Light Cone for the whole team, which is, of course, that 10% energy, or just the 10 energy, because the damage bonus is not going to matter for Super Break teams. And we're on Watchmaker for Ranmei. Very good. Von Whack, E1. And as for the Trailblazer, more break effect, 225, and of course, Watchmaker with Von Whack 2. We could have gone for a more damaging set, although it didn't make too much of a difference. But yeah, break effect rope, because the energy regeneration is crazy with the E6 Trailblazer. As for Lingsha, very slow, but enough to go twice, 185 break effect on her light cone. Now this light cone, I need to talk about this light cone really quickly because it pisses me off. It really, really pisses me off that it's tied to the ultimate. So it takes away so many synergies that could have happened. You could have had so many more synergies. For example, Lingsha with Acheron, right? Now every Lingsha attack, every follow-up attack is going to be giving those debuffs in the same way that Aventrian's Light Cone does, but instead it's tied to the ultimate, which already applies a debuff. So it's quite literally useless in terms of its extra flexibility, and on top of that, you have to use the ultimate to actually apply it, and it only lasts for 2 turns, which I think is unbelievably bad. I mean, it's just unbelievably bad. Really quickly, if we were to look at Zhao's Light Cone here, we get the same 60 effect hit rate as 60 break effect, but now it's on every single attack. Basic skill ultimate, right? Still lasts for 2 turns, but we've got it. It's actually more vulnerability as well. It's 24% vulnerability universal compared to this here, which is 18%. This is universal damage as well, which is great, but less and only is applied with the ultimate. I think this Light Cone is a complete scam, if I'm being completely honest. Anyways, good for Gallagher. I guess we'll try it in another video. But we did use Super Break Lingsha. And yeah, I did toss on these attacks because the speed tuning was hard. I couldn't get her slow without getting rid of her speed boots. So that was it. The E1, of course, I did say in the last video, but I will be getting that soon because I'm tired of using E0 Lingsha. It's not very fun. I will be switching to that E1 in very due time. Is that how it's said? I'm not sure. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, join the Discord, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.